It's currently the morning of the 3rd of September, 2024, and we continue to track our tropical storm Enteng, also known as Yagi internationally. It has reemerged in the West Philippine Sea and now heading towards the west, but still has plenty of impacts, especially along the west coast of Luzon, around Ilocos Norte, and all the way down towards Manila. Still going to be looking at some heavy rains here. But now, as we went ahead through our Monday, this did make landfall Monday afternoon in around Casiguran, tracked across the Cagayan Valley, right over Isabela, eventually right over Ilocos Norte, and now still seeing those heavy showers there. But as we go through our Tuesday into Wednesday, it's going to track towards the west, staying south of Hong Kong, and eventually coming on shore into Hainan and over towards northern areas of Vietnam, with some impacts there by the end of the week. So I'll be there being prepared for a potential typhoon for our friends in northern Vietnam. But even as it pulls away, it's not over yet. You got our area here, another area of convection further towards the east too, that is going to continue to bring that southwesterly flow. So for now, signal force 2 is still up in parts of Ilocos Norte, western half of Cagayan, even in the higher elevations all the way down to Mountain Province, continuing to see those signal force warnings. But south of that, you may not have full-on, tropical signal warnings, but orange levels are in place across Zambales down towards Bataan and Metro Manila, Rizal. I mean, that area actually, several deaths taking place because of rising floodwaters here on Monday as the storm lingered around southeastern Luzon and tracked towards the north. But here's your forecast for Wednesday. Our storm system to the north and west, and as it pulls away, we're going to continue to see this river of moisture set up. Wednesday, Thursday, here's Manila, southwesterly flow, Mindoro here, Palawan just right there. This is all the way to Friday until the weekend. It does look like the winds may start to change from the south to the north versus the southwest to the northeast, and that will start to bring some improving conditions overall by Friday, but more so in the Saturday and in the Sunday. And until that happens, the entire west coast, especially into the mountains here, so Baguio, you're included, around Subic area over towards Angeles, down towards Cavite, you're going to be looking at possibility of 200, maybe 300 millimeters plus of a total rainfall, which naturally leads to the next problem, flooding. And flood waters can rise pretty quickly out here, friends, so be smart about it. You know your area. I think that's the best way I could say it. You don't need me to tell you if you're going to flood in your specific zone. If you know you're in a low-lying area, you're in a flood-prone area, make sure you're prepared for that, because even as this pulls away, we're still seeing this inflow. And this is actually a really good graphic because it shows you where the kind of those winds are picking up over the ocean and that river of moisture I was talking about. Despite the center of circulation being here and moving towards the west, you can continue to see basically this highway of higher winds towards the south. By the way, tracking out here in the entire West Philippine Sea is going to be a mess Thursday and the Friday. It'll be interesting how geopolitically this is impacting some events, and you know what I'm talking about out here. I don't really have to get into detail. Not my place to talk about it, but it is going to be interesting how the weather is going to kind of influence that. Looking at our storm, kind of tracking over Hainan by Friday, and see our little highway here of those winds that are getting picked up. It starts to shift from south to north, and like I mentioned, by the end of the week, we'll start to see improving conditions here. Good news for our friends in Ilocos Norte. We have Ikani Surf Resort supporting the channel, and they have a tournament going on right now. As this pulls away, you will start to see improving conditions by the end of the week, while Manila continues to see that inflow. This is by Friday and the Saturday, our storm crossing over Hainan. Biggest populations on the northern end of the island, big resort island there, by the way, for our Chinese friends, while it heads over towards Vietnam and likely making landfall just towards the east. This is very warm waters here too, so that could intensify even prior to coming on shore. And all the while this is happening, let's look back towards the east here, because we got a couple other areas we're keeping an eye on, potentially forming along this monsoonal trough. As I mentioned, there is another storm system that could be developing there. Let's watch this. Friday into the Saturday, over towards the weekend, you get that low there. Then behind me, another low possibly developing around Chuuk into Micronesia. We're nearing the peak of what you would call typhoon season. It is typically mid-September. We at least have a storm system out there. Having 3 at the same time, not unheard of by any means. This one could head towards the north, towards Japan, but I think the key thing is just it could once again set up that monsoonal inflow and enhancement. And then we still want to watch the one out towards Micronesia, of course, because we're starting to get to the Burr months. It means lower latitude storms. A lot going on. A lot going on, including our Wednesday, where no surprise here. You look at your forecast, you got plenty of rain in it. So we're going to continue to see that inflow. Be smart. Stay safe out there, friends. I just watched the update from our friends at Pagasa, the live one. Actually, friend of the channel's meteorologist, the Benison there. He hosted it and did a really good job. I think Pagasa has been handling this storm. It was a tough one because it formed almost over land. Of course, we've been watching that convection, but it was a matter of hours. Kind of decided it was going to spin up. And if you watch my update from about a week ago, I mentioned this high pressure ridge towards the north, and I thought it was going to make landfall despite all the models saying to the contrary that it was going to go straight north. I kept saying, I think this is going to come on shore. That's what happened. I don't say that. I say that as a humble brag, of course. But I also say it in the sense that I'm happy that I'm able to do this, and hopefully these updates helped out a few people. And I'm able to do these updates so much thanks to our sponsors and our Patreon members. And if you want to support the channel, check out our Patreon. Link is down below. We just had new people. D Fresh and Marty just signed up this week. So thank you very much. I can't stress how, like, behind the scenes. And if you check our Patreon, you can see a lot of behind the scenes stuff, just setting up a studio in my spare bedroom and trying to make it look good with these fantastic graphics and things like that, and trying to make it look like it's TV level versus, just some guy in their spare bedroom. So thanks, guys, and I hope you have stayed safe during the storm. If you want to share some reports with me, send me a message on my Facebook, Robert Speta Weather, or you can comment down below. I really would like to hear back from you how you are faring during this tropical system. And if you have any questions about the week ahead as far as that inflow and more rain in the forecast too. All right. Thanks for watching. And of course, number one thing is stay safe out there, friends. Hope you have a good day.